All right, guys. So I'm just gonna say this first, guys. If this is truly going to be the end of Drew Brees, man, if this is truly going to be the end of his career, um, excuse me, it's been one hell of a ride watching Drew Brees, man. I've been watching him for a long time. I've been watching him for at least 15 years, at least that I can remember watching him. But yeah, man, this actually might be Drew Brees' last game. Now that the Saints lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And first of all, man, just congratulations to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Congratulations to the fan base because now these guys are going to the NFC Championship game. A lot of people predicted that they were going to go to the Super Bowl this year, especially during the preseason, and now they're about one game away before that prediction comes true. They finally got that Saints monkey off their back. They got their ass kicked the last couple of times that they met, and not again. These weren't close games. They got dominated the last two times they played them. Played against each other, and now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers finally was able to get a win, and they were very, very impressive on the defensive side of the ball. The defensive side of the ball, in my opinion, was the reason why they won this football game. You look at guys like Bunt, number 23. I think his name is. I'm probably gonna. I think it was Murphy. Murphy. He was able to get almost a pick six. Devin White was able to get a couple of picks as well, and Devin White is a beast, man, and it's actually kind of. It's actually kind of in a way, it's kind of sad. I know for Devin White, it's a little bit sad for him because he is from Louisiana. Leonard Fournette, Louisiana. These are Louisiana natives, and these guys are making plays, but especially for Devin White, from being from Louisiana. And I think he actually grew up as a Saints fan. And to do that to your favorite team, that's actually kind of messed up, man. I mean, Devin White was literally all over the football field, but yeah, man. The Buccaneers played really great on the defensive side of the ball. They were pretty good in the line of scrimmage. They weren't the best. The Saints were able to get some success in the run game. I know Evan Kamara almost averaged 5 yards a carry. But the passing game, man, it was actually kind of sad seeing Drew Brees throw the football, man. I'm watching, like, a quarterback is kind of done. I mean, Drew Brees still has the pocket presence. He still has the footwork in the pocket, but his arm is not there, man. Um, his arm is just not there, and I think he injured his ribs. I still feel like he's not completely recovered from that injury, but he just does not look the same compared to what we saw earlier in the season, and we still kind of question his arm strength and his velocity during the early part of the year. But yeah, you know, it's a sad thing for Drew Brees, man. It's like we kind of said the same thing for Peyton Manning. It's like a quarterback is done just by watching him. Compared to what you see in the past, and now what you see now, he's done. I mean, Tom Brady's 45 years of age. And Tom Brady, obviously, he didn't have the greatest game in the world, but Tom Brady still looks like he can play for another couple of years. He looks like he can play for another couple of years. He still has the touch. He still has the touch in his passes. He still has the arm strength, the velocity. The velocity. He still has everything you need, and he's not been the most athletic quarterback in the world. So, and Tom Brady also takes really, really good care of his body. Hasn't really suffered any significant injuries. So yeah, Tom Brady looks like he can play for another couple of years, but Drew Brees looks like he's done. And it's just, man, it's just a sad sight to see Drew Brees just the way it was, man. But yeah, for the most part, just going back to the Buccaneers defense, they played really well in the secondary. Guys like Antoine Winfield Jr. Was making plays all over the football field. Got to give credit to Murphy. He was able to do that there. Dean, just those guys in the back end of the secondary. The last couple of times that they've played against the Saints, that has been the primary weakness, not only in the passing game but in the run game. This game, you can make an argument it was their strength. But yeah, Ndamukong Suh at 34 years of age was able to hold up the line a little bit. Again, Levante David and Devin White, those guys were monsters. By far the best linebacking tandem in the league. Those guys were great, and not only in the passing game but in the run game as well. And yeah, the Buccaneers defense was, in my opinion, the true MVP. They played their asses off, and they were able to get some key stops in this football game, and they were able to give Tampa Bay, this offense, some really, really good field position, which set them up to score, whether it was field goals or touchdowns. But yeah, just talking about the offense real quick for the Buccaneers. A lot of drops, a lot of drop passes, a lot of tip balls, man. Chris Godwin. He's had a rough couple of games. I mean, he dropped some key passes in this game, including the one touchdown in the back of the end zone, which I know it's a difficult catch, but you got to find a way to get it. He just had to corral it for maybe one more second, and it was a touchdown pass. But yeah, man, Chris Godwin, he's had a rough couple of games. He needs to get better. I know Gronkowski had a couple. He had some key drops in this game, even though it was like in the tip. It was like in the tip of his hands. He had some key drops. Evans, I think, had a key drop as well. There were some key drops for by these receivers that obviously Tom Brady, is not going to be, what Tom, he's definitely pissed off about. Tom Brady also threw some bad passes. Right? Tom Brady almost threw around 3 interceptions. I mean, Marshawn Lattimore could have had a pick. I think one of the safeties almost had an interception. I mean, so Tom Brady didn't throw. Tom Brady, excuse me, he didn't throw a lot of good passes this game as well. But at the end of the day, the Buccaneers, I feel like the reason why they won this game was not because of the passing game, it's because of the run game, right? And Ronald Jones, I was wondering why Ronald Jones wasn't really getting a lot of significant carries. Well, it was because of the quad injury. And Ronald Jones was around at least 70% tonight. But at 70% Ronald Jones, you can just tell it makes a huge difference on the football field compared to when Leonard Fournette was there. I mean, you saw the explosiveness, you saw the vision, the patience, the speed. I mean, Ronald Jones is a completely different running back. Leonard Fournette's a more down the hill power runner. Ronald Jones is more of a complete back. He's a guy that's not just good in the run game. He's really good in the receiving game as well. Just a complete back. And they need that guy, man. They need that. They need Ronald Jones to be a little bit more healthier going into next week because you're going against the Packers defense that can get after Tom Brady. And one thing that we all know Tom Brady has struggled with this year is going against really good defenses. Now, the good news is, if you're a Buccaneers fan, is that the Buccaneers crushed the Green Bay Packers the last time they saw them. It was at home, but the Buccaneers crushed the Packers. But just like how we saw in this football game, the Saints destroyed the Buccaneers a couple of times during the regular season, and obviously the third matchup, the Buccaneers, Bruce Arians, Todd Bowles, they were able to make adjustments, and the Buccaneers were able to find a way to win this football game. It wasn't pretty. Tom Brady didn't have the nicest stats in the world. However, the Buccaneers did find a way to win this football game. I know for the New Orleans, if you're a Saints fan, you got to be a little frustrated with this loss. Only because this is your third straight home playoff loss. It's almost a curse at this point whenever the Saints get home field advantage. But this is the third straight loss for the New Orleans Saints, and this could just be the end for Drew Brees. And if this is truly the end of Drew Brees, I know he went off. He would definitely go out on a rough note, 3 interceptions. But Drew Brees has had one hell of a career. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer for sure. One of the greatest quarterbacks, if not top 3, maybe top 5, top 3 quarterbacks of all time. And I know it definitely sucks because the last 3 years, Drew Brees has had some really good teams that definitely could have been Super Bowl contenders. But at the end of the day, this is football. This is playoff football, and the playoffs. You're gonna find out who the best teams are truly are. So that's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, I'm a little sad because Drew Brees is one of my favorite all-time quarterbacks of all time, and just to see him go out this way, definitely sucks. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys like this video, make sure to hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe. Also, make sure to hit the notification bell, as it just helps out my channel grow and helps it expand, and definitely helps out grow out this community. And especially if you guys like more NFL weekly content recaps, you guys definitely want to stick around for this channel. But anyway, Jan716, aka Jan Sports, and I am out. Good night.